Hi, my name is Steve Hennig. I'm here with Luigi Grotten in the Torrance Lab, the lab in which we develop a lot of new products for you. But today we want to talk to you about breakfast, the right kind of breakfast. Nowadays people eat three types of breakfasts. One type is no breakfast at all. You eat no breakfast, you get no calories, you get none of the vitamins and nutrients you really need. And the second type is what we call a quick breakfast. Grab a cafe latte, grab a muffin, you get some nutrients, but you really get too much sugar. And the third type is a big breakfast, a traditional breakfast, not balanced. You get some nutrients, but they're not in the right proportions. So let me turn it over to Luigi to talk to you about the physiological effect of breakfast and how can you get the right breakfast. Luigi?
Well, thank you, Steve. And it's a pleasure to be here with you, the Chief Science Officer for the company. We're here in Torrance, California, in our laboratory, which under your leadership, we do a lot of research on the products. And you'll see some of our flagship products like Formula One in the background. But I think, Steve, you really focus in on the problem because you mentioned three situations. Number one, you mentioned having no breakfast at all. Number two, you mentioned a quick breakfast loaded with sugar. And number three, you also mentioned having a big breakfast, way too many calories. All of those issues really come down to a low blood sugar. And when you have that low blood sugar, you feel fatigued in the morning, tired, even when people have slept 8 hours. So what's the solution? Having healthy protein, healthy vitamins, minerals, fiber, low sugar, and low fat. And so we've touched on the three different examples, Steve, that you mentioned that are problematic for breakfast. So what's the solution? Well, of course, Formula One, our flagship product that we are always doing research on in laboratories all around the world, knowing that it's the best breakfast in the world. And what's so great about it? Well, all the things that we've been talking about, the high protein, the healthy vitamins and minerals, the fiber, it being low in sugar and low in fat. And so that's the best way to start off your day. Now, it doesn't matter if you need to lose weight, if you need to gain weight, or if you're just interested in maintaining a healthy weight, Formula One is the perfect breakfast. So our solution to these challenges, we're going to hear from our Chairman's Club, Leon Weisbein. Leon, why don't you take it away?
Hello, everybody. Hello. And nutrition starts in the morning. And let's talk about the concept called breakfast. And why breakfast? Where does bad nutrition begin? We ask people. And people say, you know that it's breakfast, right? But people who don't know, and we ask them questions. We do it during the HOM. We ask them, when do you people think bad nutrition begin? And they say it begins in childhood. It begins in the school, family. And we say, no, it begins every day in the morning. This is what we say. This is what we discovered. Because what began 20 years and 30 years ago, it's not relevant anymore when it began. And how and why. And of course, we didn't expect from your parents to be very savvy in nutrition, right? But now it's time to learn. Now it's time to understand that nutrition can cause problems. All right, so now it's the time to educate a population and get people aware of all potential implications. So we say it begins every day in the morning. And here's the question is coming. What have you had for breakfast today? So this is becoming, you know, the Microsoft slogan. Where do you want to go today? Right? So we've started with the new slogan, which is now universally accepted everywhere we are working. And this is, what have you had for breakfast today? This is the main question now. It's becoming main question. And later on, I'll tell you what's going on with customers. You're going to love it. Because customers, once they learn why breakfast is so important, they start and they change their breakfast and they see results, immediate results. They start asking their friends, what have you had for breakfast? Our old customers, those who weight loss, the classic weight loss customers, they used to hide the fact that they are on another diet. No matter what diet, no matter what results, they want to hide. They want to come after a couple of months or 3 months or so, they want to come to their whatever place they work and say, look at me, I just lost weight. And everyone say, wow, great, you just lost weight. This is what they want to achieve. They don't want to tell. I just yesterday started my 25th diet. they hide information. Are you aware of that? People don't want to share that and yesterday they started another one because, everybody knows that they've tried many times and didn't succeed, and they don't want to face it again and so on. So they want to come with the result already. But with this information, people come and talk. Next day they start talking to others. They start talking. So our customers, first time in my 17 years in the business, they start to behave as distributors. This is new beginning, completely new behavior, which we never seen. Never seen. In most cases, customers didn't talk. In this case, all customers talk. They all talk, they all bring friends without asking referrals. This is something unusual. They bring referrals, they talk, they call, and they say, can you meet this? Can I bring this? Can I? Some people say, can you come and talk to I have in my department where I work, I have 70 people. Can you come and talk? I said, just a second. Let's first get results. You will, and this is during the sale. During this simple explanation which I'm going to give you now, right? People during the sale, they already wanted me to come and tell everybody. The rest, their families and friends and everybody. So everything starts with this question: why breakfast? Types of modern breakfast. Number one is carbs-based breakfast. The second type of breakfast is a so-called balanced breakfast that still has excess carbs. Some people just eat toast or croissant, coffee, sugar. Okay, this is kind of breakfast. Another one, or cereal or something like that. Everything is carbs. Pure, simple carbs, okay, which immediately turn to be sugar in our blood, right? And other people say, no, I have an omelet, right, and some salad, and I add some other things, and a couple of toasts with the jam, and coffee. Okay? So in most cases, that's the case, and they call it so-called balance, but still, that's the problem. Still, that's the problem, excess carbs. And others, they just skip breakfast. They don't have breakfast. They say, this is in fashion. I just skip breakfast. I just smoke a cigarette, then I go. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm just skip. This is not cool at all, by the way. From our body perspective, this is not cool at all. And this is like third of the population. This is third of the population. This is third of the population. And third of the population. I don't know exactly what's going on in States, but in some countries this is more or less the case. All right. So once people start this day from carbs, they tend to continue their day with carbs. And they don't understand why. And they don't know that they need to think why. They're not aware at all that something is wrong. They just continue. They're not educated, not aware. They're not savvy. They don't understand. Nobody explained to them. They didn't read articles. They don't search in internet. They are not subscribed for magazines and particular whatever newspapers and online things. They just don't know. But this is how they eat. And some of them try to change sometimes, but they can't. Why they can't? Because they can't fight with their own body's chemistry. You can't win your body. Okay, you just need to cooperate with your body's physiology. Okay, you don't need to fight. These people, they can't win this situation. They just continue to take a little bit of sweets and of this and coffee and during the day. And here's why. And of course you know where it's leading to. It's leading to obesity, overweight, and many other problems associated with that.